Hello guys, welcome to Rogan Mania. Let's jump into the video.
People told me, like, Mike, you're a business guy, you like money. Sanders even said, hey, I think you're going to be a billionaire. I'm going to tax the shit out of you too. We were laughing and joking backstage at the Amazon worker strike that we were both supporting. But my thing is, I don't want to pay the government more taxes. But if I got to pay more taxes, let me pay what the guy's plan who's going to educate kids in trades and scholarship for free. Because that way I'm making a 20-year investment so that my 16-year-old daughter, when she's 36, has a much better country full of educated kids versus I bought more missiles. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. Yeah. That's possible.
But
the idea that that's not possible
But
is
if
crazy.
you don't put them in now, I am a millionaire. I'm going to do my best to protect my fucking money. Yeah. Because I wasn't born a millionaire. You know what I mean? I was born just a working class black kid named Michael.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And Michael never liked working at Six Flags or AutoZone or UPS. So once Michael fucked around to figure out how to sing and dance and make some money, Michael wants to save more of his money than spend, you know?
If you had ultimate faith that the government was going to do its best to utilize that money for the greater good of the community, you would happily give your money.
Happily.
That's the problem with when, you're saying they have to give their share. Even if they do. Where's it going?
Yeah.
How did we come up with so much money for this Ukraine war?
Bro.
But we never had any money for all the problems that exist in inner cities and infrastructure and these crime-ridden, gang-ridden spots that have been there forever. We had this police officer on once from Baltimore, and he was saying that they found an old police docket. It was like a record of all the old arrests from like the 1970s, I think it was. And he said he realized it was the same crimes in the same place.
Yeah.
And he felt totally useless.
Yeah.
He was like, "What the fuck?"
Because really, you're just zookeepers at that point. We're not trying to fix the problems for
at all. But yet, how many billions and trillions and where's this fucking coming from? And they said, "Oh, there's a hidden tax. It's inflation."
Yeah, and we're making profits off the problems too. With Reagan and the privatization, the making prisons private.
Yeah.
With that is an evil because once they put a private prison, say in a small South Georgia town, they have to guarantee 70% occupancy.
Oh, my God.
How the fuck do you guarantee occupancy?
How the fuck do you do that?
In prison. Yeah, the goal should be to have the least amount of prisons in the world. We have the worst and seems that the most.
Ali Sadiq was here. And,
man, shouts out.
I love Ali.
Brilliant brother.
He's one of the best storytellers
of
all time. And he was explaining the system that you get put in a place that's in a small town where everybody in the town works in this prison.
Yeah.
And then you have generations. Like if you get in an argument with this person, he's like their brother's on the next shift. And then their father is the one who runs the whole cell block.
Yeah.
And then they're it's like you can't get away.
That's it.
Everybody works there.
Yeah.
And they run you. And they could do whatever the fuck they want to you. And they can say you got in a fight.
Yeah.
They could open up your cage, they could beat you to death. And you have to exist in that.
People got angry that I met with our governor, and I have a relationship with him. And I'm thankful for that because I've seen some good things come out of my relationship with him. I tell people, regardless of how he felt or who won elections, there's a judge. Her name's Chief Judge Asha Jackson. She's in DeKalb County. We've known each other since we were 11. Went to school. She did not have an easy life. Was damn near homeless her last 2 years of high school. Worked her ass off. Went to college in Buffalo, law school. Came down, became a judge, and she saw kids coming through there just like the kids she had went to school with. They were, made a fucked up mistake or whatever. Yeah. She said, okay, I'm gonna give you a year. I'm gonna give you 1 year to turn your shit around, to get your diploma, get your GED, let's get you working. And she had me come speak to like one of her first graduating classes and shit. I congratulate them. And her program worked so well that not only did it help to reduce an end recidivism, that another woman from juvenile court named Miss Ali ended up getting appointed. So it's a black woman judge who's a Democrat. There's another black Democratic woman who's in a juvenile justice system, and she worked with my mentor Brad Boyd, who was a white prosecutor and judge through his career. Brad retires. I meet Miss Ali. We become friends. The current governor Brian Kemp appoints Miss Ali over the Georgia Public Defenders Council, and they're helping by emulating the same program. So, like when I tell people work hyper local, what that one judge decided to do as a Democratic woman, gets another Democrat as a woman appointed by a white Republican guy to help in that recidivism so that we don't just have a cycle, an endless cycle of young black men coming in and out. Not only did he do that, but I got 2 homies that are serving life in jail. And one calls, and he converted to Islam. And in South Georgia, that ain't always looked upon, you know, in a great way when those generations that are running, that are strong Southern Christian Baptists. And I'm just like, man, my guy's being treated badly. Like, you know, and I say, I'm not going to give you his name or do anything because I don't want the preferential. I don't want you to be in a target to say, hey, you just did this for the rapper. But he made sure that a call got made and that prison tightened up some with his treatment. You know what I mean? And I think that people, especially those who claim to be Christian, like I've kind of come back to the philosophies of Christianity on this album, on the album Michael, because my grandmother raised me devoutly Christian, and I didn't understand it. I ran from it for years. But when I started studying the character of Jesus, whether you believe he was real or not, the revolutionary love that he had for people that deserved and didn't deserve it, if I can achieve a measure of that in my lifetime, I've done well. The last person he saved on earth was a self-confessed thief being crucified by the state with him. And I'm like, if I can just keep that mentality, not forget the prisoner, you know, if I can do that, then I'll be a step toward being a better human being. You know, so
well said. Well
trying
said.
my best.
But we also can't have situations where people profit off people being incarcerated.
Yep, and that's what we have in this country now.
We're treating human beings like they're batteries.
Yeah, because they are
batteries to generate money,
and we're not putting them out better.
And we're not putting them out better.
You look at other prisons from, you know, smaller European countries, they're damn near like college dorms. And I'm not talking about just the amenities, which are better, but they put them out smarter. They put out carpenters, they put out mechanics. I just watched some story where the prisoners have a fucking print shop. They have a print shop where they're printing stuff. Why aren't we doing that? Like in DeKalb County, I think they had a GED program, DeKalb County Jail, but even in state prisons, the young men, mostly young black men that we're sending into jail, they have no skills. They've made stupid emotional decisions. We have no psychotherapy for them. We have no trade skills for them virtually. If we simply change that, you change the construct of the towns that depend on the prison, and you could be potentially creating people to build the towns versus simply having prisoners that serve as batteries in the matrix of COs and prison workers, you know?
Well, you can't have it profitable, and it's got to somehow or another rehabilitate. And you've got to use all the tools that are available to rehabilitate.
Yep.
And some of those tools are psychedelics.
Really?
Yeah.
You think we should be giving our prisoners shrooms and
ayahuasca?
ayahuasca?
Give them MDMA. Yeah. First of all, they'd be way less likely to fuck each other up if they're doing MDMA. I really believe that. I really believe that MDMA sessions, like, they're great for people that have experienced trauma. And MAPS, the psychedelic organization, is using them right now for people with PTSD.